In this video, I'm going to show you how to make some smoked pulled lamb using a lamb shoulder. Now, the first thing we're going to do is set our barbecue up. We're going to be using our kettle style barbecue today. So the first thing we're going to do is open it up and take our cooking grate out. Then we'll be using something I haven't used in a very long time, which is the slow and sear. This is basically an oversized charcoal basket with a built-in water pan. We're going to slide that in. Then we'll get our drip pan in, which is also going to help direct all the airflow up and through our charcoal basket. Now, if you don't have a slow and sear, feel free to use the snake method. But if you don't know much about the snake method or you haven't heard of it, I'll put a video link down in the video description for you to check out. But all I'm going to do here is fill our charcoal basket up with some briquettes. Then I'll bury a firelighter in one end and light it up. And now we've got about 10 to 15 minutes before our briquettes are going to be ready. So we'll use that time to prepare our lamb shoulder. We're working with a 3 kilo bone-in lamb shoulder, and I'm going to start preparing this by trimming off any excess fat. And around this side of the lamb shoulder, there's always a big pocket of fat with a gland you can see there. So you just want to scoop that out the best you can. And for those that don't know, this is where you get your lamb forequarter chops from. So typically the butcher will take a few slices off this way, and then they'll finish slicing this way. And you can see this eye muscle here, which is the end of where you get your lamb cutlets from. Alright, so we've taken a little bit off the bottom. I'm happy with the top. Now it's time to get it seasoned up. First, I'm just going to give our lamb shoulder a nice light coat in some yellow mustard, just to help our rub stick to the meat. Then you can go ahead and give it a generous coat in your favourite rub, or a bit of salt, pepper, garlic always does the trick, but I'm going to be using some of our Lamb Layup Rub. And now our lamb shoulder is ready to go once our barbecue's ready. And after about 15 minutes, our briquettes have caught light and are burning nice and clean. So what I'll do now is fill our water pan up with some boiling water, which is going to help keep our temperatures nice and stable. And now I'm just going to lay 2 chunks of cherry wood down on our drip tray while we preheat our barbecue. And now we can shut our lid, open up both of our vents, and then bring our barbecue up to temperature, which for this cook, I want to be at around 275 Fahrenheit or 135 Celsius. Alright, and now we're at temperature. We'll open our lid and I'll get a chunk of smoking wood straight on where the fire's burning. And then I'll get another one just up here. Then we'll get our cooking grate back on, followed by our beautiful lamb shoulder. And then we'll shut our lid and let that smoke away for 2 to 3 hours until it develops a really nice color and that rub has set on the meat. Alright, so it's been around 3 hours since we got our lamb shoulder on, and this has got a beautiful color. That rub has set on the meat nicely. And for anyone wondering, we're at an internal temperature of around 75 degrees Celsius. And at this stage, I'm wanting to wrap our lamb shoulder up. So we're going to get it out and into a foil tray. Then I'll get a few tablespoons worth of beef tallow on our lamb shoulder. If you don't have beef tallow, you could use some butter or even some beef stock. Then we'll cover our foil tray in 2 layers of good quality foil. And then we'll get our lamb shoulder back in the barbecue. Now at this stage of the cook, it's fine if you want to finish your lamb shoulder off in the oven inside, because now it's all wrapped up, it's not going to take on any more smoke, and you might save yourself a little bit of charcoal or briquettes too. But for now, all we're going to do is let our lamb shoulder keep cooking away until it's probing tender around the 96 Celsius or 205 Fahrenheit internal mark, which I reckon will take another 2 to 3 hours. Alright, so our lamb shoulder's been wrapped up for a bit over 3 hours, which puts us almost 6.5 hours into this cook. I've been checking on it and I reckon it's going to be done. So let's take the foil off and have a probe around. That is feeling nice and soft, and we're right around where we want to be at that 96 Celsius or 205 Fahrenheit. So what I want to do now is take it out and we'll get it on our cutting board. Then I'll let our lamb shoulder sit for 5 minutes uncovered just to stop that cooking process. Then I'll cover it back over with foil to let it rest for around an hour before we come back to pull it apart. So we are now ready to pull this lamb shoulder apart. What I'm going to do first, so I don't burn my hands, is get some undergloves on, just like so. And we'll get our plastic gloves on top, take our foil off, and now we can start removing the bones and pulling that meat apart. Now there is quite a few bones in a lamb shoulder, so make sure you take your time getting them all out. That is so juicy and tender, and it smells amazing. Make sure as you're pulling it, you're just working through it, getting rid of any small bones or bits of gristle, and even any large pockets of fat, but mostly what you're going to be left with is tender, juicy, flavoursome meat. That is so good. Now I'm going to show you how I'll serve this. So on some Turkish bread, I'll go down with some of that beautiful lamb shoulder, followed by some cheese, tomato, lettuce, and tzatziki. And if I didn't run out, I'd put some onion on there too. Then with any leftover meat, I like to vac seal it up into portions. Then it'll go into the freezer where it's going to last 12 months or more. And now I've got some beautiful pulled lamb I can pull out to use whenever I like. So there you have it. There's how to make pulled lamb. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like and make sure you've subscribed to our channel so you don't miss our next videos. I'll put everything you need to know down in the video description. And if you've got any questions, don't hesitate to ask them in the comments below. But for now, that's the end of the video. So thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.